Picture this. You look up at the sky and see crazy flashes of light, vague vehicles flying by, and very scary paranormal sounds in the distance. Are these UFOs? Are there terrifying creatures screaming at us, or are these ghosts? What happens in Skinwalker Ranch is indescribable. Some people don't sleep a wink after such scary events. Nevertheless, several events have been recorded and investigated. Skinwalker Ranch is a sprawling 512-acre property that has a strange attraction for UFOs and those who study them. While reports of UFO sightings in the nearby Uinta Basin date back to the 1960s and 70s, it was in the mid-90s that strange stories began to emerge about Skinwalker Ranch. These stories include bizarre incidents like cattle being mysteriously harmed and sightings of UFOs. In 2016, the ranch found a new owner in Brandon Fugel, who boldly stated that Skinwalker Ranch is the most studied weird place on Earth. The reports from this place are mind-boggling, featuring UFOs, bizarre phenomena, and unexplained mysteries. It's a place where science meets the unknown, and it has become quite famous for it. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, an ongoing reality show featured on the History Channel, follows scientists and investigators on their quest to uncover potential paranormal activity at the infamous ranch. One of the show's prominent figures is Dr. Travis Taylor, a scientist who has been critical of previous reporting on the ranch. Before visiting the ranch, Brandon Fugel received a call from Dr. Taylor expressing his opposition to having reporters on site. However, Fugel decided to proceed with the visit, showing his determination. Brian Arnold, known as Dragon, serves as the ranch's chief security officer, often seen carrying assault rifles. His role is primarily to safeguard against wild animals like mountain lions and to deter human trespassers. Eric Bard, the ranch's principal investigator and chief scientist, plays a crucial role in installing high-tech camera systems and scientific equipment. He is often the first to identify potential paranormal activity. Thomas Winterton, the ranch's superintendent, manages property maintenance and assists in investigations, claiming to have had multiple paranormal encounters. The ranch had been the subject of stories for 2 decades, particularly during the ownership of Robert Bigelow. Bigelow claimed the ranch was teeming with UFOs, ghosts, and bizarre creatures, including a bulletproof werewolf. However, despite 6 years of investigation under Brandon Fugel's ownership, the team had not encountered such phenomena. They debunked claims of sightings of a half-dinosaur, half-beaver creature known as the Dino Beaver, dismissing it as highly improbable. Similarly, they had not witnessed UFOs or creatures emerging from interdimensional tunnels and portals as reported during the Bigelow era. Fugel distanced himself from these earlier stories, describing some as ridiculous and emphasizing focus on more grounded investigations. However, it's noted that on the History Channel show produced by Fugel, a different tone is often taken, perhaps to maintain the intrigue surrounding Skinwalker Ranch. Robert Bigelow, with a passion for unraveling mysteries, formed the National Institute for Discovery Science and put the ranch under 24/7 surveillance. Their goal was to catch paranormal happenings in the act. Their adventures are documented in a gripping book called Hunt for the Skinwalker: Science Confronts the Unexplained at a Remote Ranch in Utah. It's packed with stories from researchers who saw some strange stuff. But despite their best efforts, they couldn't grab any rock-solid proof to back up the wild tales from the Shermans, the ranch's previous owners in the early 1990s. Robert Bigelow acquired Skinwalker Ranch in the early 1990s, setting the stage for an intensive scientific investigation by his team. During this period, a series of strange and unexplained events unfolded, adding to the ranch's mystique. These eerie stories from the Bigelow era now serve to bolster and validate Brandon Fugel's ongoing efforts. Among these tales, one stands out, the story of a bulletproof wolf-like creature known as a skinwalker by Native Americans. It was said to be impervious to bullets. However, both Bigelow and Fugel's teams have not provided any concrete evidence to substantiate these claims. Another notable phenomenon from the Bigelow days is known as the hitchhiker. It is described as a malevolent force that attaches itself to people, causing a range of injuries and illnesses. Fugel's team acknowledges this phenomenon, even citing data to support its existence. Despite the potential risks posed by the hitchhiker and other unexplained phenomena, Fugel and his team remain committed to their investigations at Skinwalker Ranch. Thomas Winterton, the ranch's superintendent, shares a personal experience involving a head injury that nearly cost him his life. His determination to uncover the truth drives him to return to the ranch, seeking answers to perplexing questions surrounding his condition. During the visit to the ranch, Fugel guides the reporter to the house where James Lakaski, a scientist for the Defense Intelligence Agency, claimed to have witnessed a paranormal apparition in 2007. This encounter reportedly inspired Lakaski to approach Senator Harry Reid and initiate Pentagon-funded research into UFOs and related phenomena. The ranch's current caretakers, Candice Lynn and Tom Lewis, share the house's history with an interesting twist. The location of Lakaski's sighting has now shifted in their narrative, raising questions about the evolving stories associated with the ranch's haunting past. As we continue our exploration of Skinwalker Ranch, our attention turns to a curious grid-like structure suspended in mid-air. This unusual sight, often witnessed by various individuals, has piqued the interest of those at the ranch. They even have a camera pointed at the area to capture any unexplained phenomena, though as of yet no conclusive evidence has been recorded. Moving on from the ranch house, Brandon Fugel takes us to a rocky hill where an intriguing symbol is etched into stone. This symbol, believed to be over 2 centuries old, is associated with Freemasons and is said to convey the concept of as above, so below. This idea signifies the interconnectedness between the earthly and the celestial. It was on this very rocky mesa that Fugel claims the first UFO sighting occurred in June 2016. Shortly after he acquired the ranch from Robert Bigelow, a surveyor contacted him, sharing a photograph of a UFO. Fugel was so intrigued that he immediately urged the surveyor to head to the ranch to show him the image in person. This event marked the beginning of Fugel's first-hand experiences with unexplained phenomena at Skinwalker Ranch. Despite owning the ranch for 6 months at the time, Fugel hadn't encountered anything paranormal personally. However, this all changed when a group led by former CIA scientist Kit Green visited the ranch in October 2016. During their visit, they reported sensations of dizziness, phone batteries dying inexplicably, and even one individual losing consciousness. It was after these events that Fugel claims to have witnessed a silver-grayish disc-like UFO above the mesa. Although no photos or videos were captured, a previously taken photo emerged showing a saucer-like object resembling what they saw. This sighting, along with the strange occurrences during the group's visit, transformed Fugel from a skeptic into a firm believer in the ranch's mysteries. It ignited a sense of urgency in him to unravel the truth behind the paranormal events. Within the expansive 500-acre expanse of Skinwalker Ranch, several notable features and phenomena capture attention. Among these, the ranch headquarters known as Homestead 1 stands as a central point for ongoing investigations. Nearby, a rocky mesa bears a centuries-old Masonic symbol, adding an air of mystique to the location. The ranch's history is marked by the presence of observation towers or bait pens. Initially used by the Bigelow team, these structures played a peculiar role in their attempts to study paranormal activity. Animals were placed within these enclosures, serving as potential bait, leading to mysterious encounters and unexplained events. Reports of entities cloaking themselves in a manner reminiscent of the elusive alien predator from a famous movie have added intrigue to these accounts.